Lovely people, we're back with some content. I'm Joseph, and joining me today is the other half of Sentinus, Jacob.
Hello.
With our new song, Minecraft Nostalgia, coming out, and with the 7-year anniversary of our album Into Dream fast approaching, we just thought this would be a good time to talk about our new song, kind of what we've been up to, and thank you, our fans, for everything you've done for us.
Seriously, though. I know I've seen the comments of people who've been around for the years that we've been making music and showing the appreciation. So is there a way of returning it?
We have a new song coming out. We've decided to call it Minecraft Nostalgia. And I think it's a fun little R&B piece. I hope you'll enjoy it. We'll include a little link, but we just kind of wanted to talk about some of the inspiration for it and kind of the meaning behind the lyrics.
Yeah, it was an interesting one because I remember you just kind of came up to me like, hey, I got this idea for something, feeling a little nostalgic. So
yeah, for those of you who don't know much about us, we've been in the Minecraft music game since probably 2011, 2012. We released an album back in 2013, and that was kind of when we were both in high school, and we thank you all for listening to our music throughout the years. The inspiration, I think, was just kind of thinking back to those times in high school. I think a lot of us do that, and just kind of wishing we could kind of go back to that moment. And one thing I thought that was really interesting is, when you spin up Minecraft, all your worlds are still there. And so I span up a world and I was just looking through it and I'm like, oh, my friend DJ made that. And oh, my little brother Thomas made that. And it just kind of made me feel really nostalgic. And so that was kind of the inspiration for these lyrics.
I have similar little lyrics that I wrote of just old maps that I played with friends. My lyrics came from a summer when I was sick. So I couldn't go outside because I was feeling like garbage. So I was playing Minecraft, and I had a friend that lived down the street that also was wanted to play Minecraft with me. So we just ended up playing and came up with these kind of games impromptu where we just would write these journals and then hide them in these layers that were behind these puzzles that we made. But the puzzles were very simplistic redstone contraptions. But that memory still sticks with me. So that's where my inspiration for the lyrics I wrote came.
Okay, so I sing the first verse. I know a lot of people have commented on my singing about The Night, which is a song we did a long time ago. But, this is really something from my heart. And I thought about some artists I really admire, Porter Robinson and Madian, who recently have been kind of using some vocal modulation to sing on their own tracks. So I thought I could do something similar. So I started singing, I'm older now, and so are my friends. But I fondly remember the summer of 2010. Minecraft was young, and baby, so were we. Back in those days when survival was new, and there were 3 types of tree. I mean, back in the day, it was like, there was like nothing, but there was just so much potential to this game that we just couldn't stop playing.
Kind of harkens back to also our first single, Minecraft. I remember the first edition of that, we didn't have the Xbox edition, I don't think was even out yet. So that was something that was added after the original lyrics were written. We actually edited them in real time as the game was progressing and added oh, now there's an Xbox version. I guess, wow, that's a lyric.
Yeah, we wrote the lyric, whether it's on Xbox, PC, because those were the only 2 at the time. Mm-hmm. And then we threw in or the rest because we could sense the game was going to grow. So that was kind of really prophetic. And I think regardless of what you're playing on, I think there's a similar sense of camaraderie we've all had with our friends playing Minecraft. And I think growing up, you kind of feel those connections slowly drifting apart. So that kind of goes into my next lyrics, which are, something's happened to us. We've all grown apart. I guess life hit us hard in the face, and now it's breaking my heart. I miss building with you, my dearest friends. Maybe it's time that we talk, because it's time for us to make amends. And so I think about, on our album back in 2013, all the people that, are friends who sang on this album for us. And I don't think there's many that we talk to anymore. We had, DJ and Reagan and Paulina and Emily. And
I still talk to my brother, but I'd feel bad if I didn't talk to him.
Well, that's true. Tyler sang on Hardcore and Explorers back in the day. But, it's just like that feeling of we're all growing up and drifting apart, and it's not on purpose. It's just life gets in the way.
Yeah, you slowly just kind of fall away from those friends that you had in high school. And I know for me, I try to keep in touch with a few of them if I can, but it's hard first to even keep in contact or find them once they've gone. And then keeping that consistency is hard, especially when you're all spread across the country sometimes. I know I have friends who are across state lines and things like that. So it's much harder to keep in contact when they're not there with you every day.
I mean, even you and I are in different states at the moment, so.
Surprise! We're not together. We even got time zone difference going on.
So that's kind of where this chorus just kind of came to me as I was writing.
But
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of teared up. This is kind of just how I was feeling at the time. I sat down and wrote the lyrics, but it goes, I wish that we could go back to those simpler times when we played Minecraft and we stayed up all night. Now I know we're older and we're more afraid, but if you start to forget yourself, remember the world we made. There's just something special to me about having a thing that you built that you can go back and visit anytime, and it just kind of like brings back those memories. It's almost like stepping into a moment in time, you know, like one of those picture frames in Doctor Who. You know, you just step in and it's a captured moment in time. So I really do appreciate that about Minecraft.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of different games can do that, but Minecraft has something kind of special where you are the one who kind of crafted it. Like, you started with this barren world and crafted empires, even if now looking back at it, it looks so small compared to the things you'll see on the Reddit forums and things. But to look back at your simple little huts that you made in the wilderness with your friends and all the adventures you would go on, all these moments you can remember of like the first time you were drop creepered in a cave. I'm sure we all have that. But yeah, those moments in Minecraft, I think, especially because it's been out for so long that a lot of us were so young when it first came out, that it has a much bigger impact on us. I know a lot of people have said, I used to be, I was 9 when I heard this song, or that I was a young kid and now I'm old and I'm an adult and life's hard, but sometimes I come back and listen to these songs to feel a bit of youth again.
I heard a little talk about it once. It's something called audio journaling. So apparently songs we listen to, our brain almost catalogs it. So like if we listen to music from back when we were like 9, it like takes us back. And then, we have like the songs of our teenage years, and I think we all have a song of when we dated someone and maybe we broke up and we can't listen to that anymore. But
off limits.
Like, somehow we just have these, audio journals, these songs that we associate with certain periods of our life. So yeah. But I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say. Feel free to comment and just let us know some things that you feel nostalgic about. And we'd be happy to have a little conversation. Maybe we can almost have a little nostalgic support group in the comments.
And we do read a lot of your comments, even if we don't always respond to all of them. We are usually pretty busy, but due to current situations, obviously we have a bit more time to spend doing the things we love. We do appreciate every comment that you guys leave. I know I personally love getting emails for the comments and reading through them.
I think one of my favorite comments was someone said that they bought their son our album back in the day. So it's just like kind of a sweet feeling to know that somehow, your music was a gift from a father to their son, and appreciate that. That's one of my favorite YouTube comments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So should I go through my lyrics now, I guess? All right. I mean, I kind of went over them a little bit, but we'll go through the actual lyrics. So my lyrics go, I've been thinking back to playing games with you on those summer days when we had nothing to do. So we built the world out of iron and gold. So that line is because we used to play in creative a lot, because we just wanted to build these structures and stuff. We wanted to be creative. We weren't doing survival as much. We did it more as like, we are the rulers of this world. We're going to build it up. And so we're going to make it out of iron and gold because, those are expensive, fun things. That also goes into the other line of, I built you a castle of diamonds where I dream we'd grow old. So I'll admit, this was about a girl that I was playing with, but it was one of those things of just like, you don't want those moments to ever end. You just kind of want to grow old there. And it also just rhythmically fit in better that way. But yeah, so again, playing with that friend and just those memories. Continuing on, I remember the notes and all the fun we had, the puzzles we'd go make, even if they were quite bad. I miss building with you, my dearest friend. Maybe it's time we talk so that we can make some more new friends. I wanted to end mine a little bit more upbeat of, I know we haven't talked in a long time, but hey, now we have new friends. So let's reconnect and make new friends together. Because, even though we're looking back, I kind of want to look a little bit forward as well of, these are the good times, but we have our future ahead to make even more memories. Let's reconnect and make new memories is the idea with that line.
I think one of the nice things about at least my friendships is one of us will like pretty much disappear into the wilderness for a couple of years, and then we'll just stumble on out and show up on someone's doorstep, and it's like nothing's ever changed. Mm-hmm. So I think sometimes there's a fear that like, oh, I haven't talked to so-and-so and it's probably been too long and they think I hate them or whatever, but you'd be surprised the amount of times where you just show up and it's like nothing ever changed. If there's anyone who's feeling kind of that way, or you have a friend you're thinking of right now, especially with coronavirus going about, we recommend that you just reach out to someone. And maybe even your old Minecraft crew, see if you can get a game going.
I remember back in the day, Discord didn't exist yet. So I remember all the different ways of like, you had Skype groups, you had your TeamSpeaks, you had your Mumbles. It was a challenge sometimes to get in contact with people. I'm surprised how less connected we are now with all these things that we have to connect us. I feel like back then it was like trying to pull teeth. Like, hey, we need you on TeamSpeak. Here's the code. Here's the login stuff. Here's all the systems set up. This person's in charge of it, so they have to let you into the channel.
Can I get an F in the chat for TeamSpeak, everybody?
I just remember all the different things we tried. So yeah, now we have all these tools to connect us. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Don't look to me as a social media guru, but I know there's ways of connecting with people.
There was a line we didn't actually use in the song just because I couldn't figure out a place to put it in, but I wanted to say, we survived the night, we got to the end, and we slayed the dragon too. But now I'm feeling lost and I'm sad that I can't fight adulthood with you. So that's a bit of a self-reference to our song of the night. We had the end, which was about slaying the dragon.
Yeah, I do remember that we sat down and we're like, okay, so this album has a story. So we start off in the night, we have a caving adventure, go to a snowy biome and have a snowball fight. You go and fight the Ender Dragon. We even wrote in a little bit about video game addiction because I noticed that was something that had been rising. And I'm like, I kind of wanted to talk about how, people can get addicted to video games. That feeling of helplessness when you're like, you just can't stop playing a game. I thought that was an important one to add in there. Our high school minds were ablaze with ideas for that. We can only do so much, but I think I was pretty happy with that first album. And so nostalgia is kind of our ability to release our creativity in the way we wish we could have then as well.
So feel free to go listen to Nostalgia. And the biggest thing I want you guys to take away from this is just like, we're not just trying to cash in on Minecraft. This is really something that we felt really nostalgic about and kind of like an important part of our lives for a long time. And I know we don't always post music and we can be a little spotty that way, but since 2013 a lot's changed. So kind of crazy to think that our album released almost 7 years ago. So this May 27th will be 7 years since Into Dream came out. How has kind of your life changed, Jacob, since we released that album?
Life hit. I don't know, things have been kind of slow for me. I've kind of been like in and out of schooling, had work I definitely haven't stopped writing music, that's for sure. But it's just, for me, after the albums after Into Dreams is kind of what killed it for me. Is I just was struggling to make things that I thought people would enjoy. I tried putting things out, but it just never felt like I was creating what I wanted to create. I was just kind of putting them out there to get something out. So for those who have listened to the things after Into Dreams, like the indie game in EP and stuff like that, I have your appreciation because those were hard for me to release, because after those ones, I just really kind of I'm done releasing music. Like, I enjoy making it, but I never felt like I had anything left to release to the public.
Of the songs we've written, which one would you say means the most to you? Like, which one do you revisit the most and why?
The one that always sticks out to me is my song Terraria, actually. I don't know, something about that song, it felt like it was the most complete thing I'd done. That was my pride and my joy. Like, I was chipper as a guy could be about that. I don't know what it was about it either. It's just like, it just kind of came together, and it has flaws. It could be better, but that's one of those songs I love to just go back to and listen to over and over again. Like, even when I made it, I just sat there. And the funny thing about that song too, it kind of happened by accident. I was almost kind of like trying to show off at the piano once, where I was just like, yeah, it's super easy to make music and just do this. And then I sat there for a second and went, oh, that sounds good, actually. I like how that sounds. And so I just dug into it. I took that idea that just came out of nowhere of me hitting random notes on a piano and thought, all right, here we go. I have a song. But I don't know how many people actually listen to that song, how many people like that one. But for me, that's my favorite song I've written yet. I have others that I enjoy, but in terms of released songs, that one is the one that stands out to me as that's my favorite released song. Though Alone is up there.
Feel free to let us know what your favorite Sentinus song is in the chat, and we'd be happy to discuss that a little bit. I think for me, one of my favorite songs is okay, everyone's going to laugh, but it was actually The Night. That was one where I kind of failed to sing. We didn't have any auto-tune plugins at the time, and I was basically borrowing a mic. I just had to lay out some stuff. The thing really about that for me is just the ability music has to help heal you during a tough situation. I'd broken up with a lady friend, and it wasn't really, because we stopped liking each other. It was just life had us go in separate directions. So for me, those lyrics were my way of coping with this feeling of like we all have to face our own times where we're alone. I think back to those lyrics a lot, just, we'll fight our battles alone, but we'll be home when we come back together. And so that one has been really comforting for me over the years. As for me, since the album released in May 27th of 2013, I had the good chance to go serve a mission for our church, 2 years, and I got to help a lot of people, and I'm really happy for all those moments. Didn't get to use any social media computers, though, at the time. I was quite busy. It's kind of interesting just to have like a 2-year gap in your life. So I returned, I had to make a bit of money, worked at Jamba Juice and Office Max and all these kind of things so I could go to school, and met my wife, and now I'm off at school at the moment.
Yeah, life hit us hard in the face. It came at us fast.
So how have our fans impacted our lives? One of the biggest things for me is that when I wrote a lot of these songs, I was kind of having some thyroid issues and was really just sleeping all the time. And being able to write something and then say that 2 million people have listened to it lifts your spirits. And I think every single listen has really made an impact. And I'm just really grateful for everyone and listening and your support. And it's just really been something that's lifted my spirits.
Daunting when you look at the numbers. Like, seeing those numbers for the first time, I'm like, how many people listen to our song? Like, they're not even that good. There's so many other songs to be listening to. Like, come on, like, why aren't you listening to like Deadmau5 or Cascade or Madeon or anybody else? I'm sitting here thinking, how many people have listened to our crummy little songs that we threw together?
Thank you all for listening to our crummy little songs.
This is my way of saying thanks. It stresses me out. Thanks. This is stress that I'm okay with. I appreciate.
And I mean, by no means have we made it in the music world enough to make a living off of it.
Oh, no.
But I still appreciate all of your listens, because when you listen, that's really been a positive force in our lives. It's just like you buy us dinner every other month, just that little trickle that lifts your spirits to say, hey, someone listened to my music and I made $20 in like the last 2 months. I appreciate you.
Yeah. For me, the fans that we've had have been great. I remember, I think it was a Reddit post. I don't know, just again, the comments and things that I've seen, like comments on posts on like Reddit for our stuff, it lifts the spirits a lot sometimes. Like there's some times, again, like I've said, I had some hard times, especially when Joe was on his mission. I was left alone. Like Joe was my lifeblood in terms of music. Like I could write ideas that were good, but he's the one who really made the album what it was. For me, when he was gone, it was hard. So it really lifted my spirits to see people enjoying it. I remember somebody actually gave me like Reddit Gold as a gift because they enjoyed the music so much. And it's stuff like that that just really, boosted me up, as like somebody cared enough to spend money on me, not even just the song, on me. And, it's hard to get that idea wrapped around you that somebody that's never met you, that only knows you because you released something to the internet, cared enough that they wanted to show their appreciation. And so that's all they could do is just give you this simple little gift. Yeah, it really is. It touches you. Like it touches your heart in a way that you don't expect when you have people that care, to have that many people care. It's special. Something special for sure.
So thank you to everyone who cares. We really do appreciate it. We'll do our best to release music. It's not like we've broken up. We're cousins, so yeah. We're around each other whether we like it or not.
Family reunions are fun.
Luckily, we enjoy each other's company. And so, we'll probably trickle out music in the future, maybe once I'm graduated in like a year. Feel free to let us know if you enjoy these kind of conversations. I mean, we'd be happy to maybe trickle out some content like this every now and then and let you know what we're up to.
And if you haven't yet, go check out some of the music released recently, because that would really make us feel a little bit better to actually know that people are enjoying the songs that we are doing now that we're trying to come back and do a bit more music. Even if it isn't always going to be Minecraft related, like Nostalgia is. I know we have a lot of ideas for things we want to work on. I know for me, for a while, I wanted to do something a bit more just, original entirely, just, more EDM or do some Nintendo remixes. I know I've seen comments that people want more of that, but we want to, make something that people want to listen to, even if we don't always release everything. That's really what we want to do. I mean, when you make music, it's for other people. It's not always for you.
Also, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you listening. Feel free to leave us a comment and let us know what you thought of this conversation, your thoughts. We just really hope that it can be a kind of a nice forum where we can just talk with each other, and we'll each respond to you and just kind of get to know each other a little better and see where you want us to head in the future and what you've appreciated in the past as well. I'm Joseph.
I'm Jacob.
And together we're Sentinus, and we thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
I'm older now, and so are my friends, but I fondly remember the summer of 2010, and Minecraft was young.